We did a project. The camera died again. Don't worry, cause we are back. Yeah, let's go, motherfuckers. I don't know how many more good we backs I got in me.
Hold on, grab tight, welcome to my life. Don't forget, keep your arms and legs inside the ride. This isn't me, I'm saying every rap is sanctified, exposing every corner.
Welcome to the URG podcast. This is our first episode ever, and we have a legendary guest. Artist extraordinaire, singer, songwriter, social media, everything that you can imagine. Whatever this fool sets his mind to, he gets it done, man. Jordan Palani, thank you so much, my brother.
Thanks for having me.
Hell
So
yeah.
glad to be here. First ever episode. Crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Man, it's crazy we doing our first podcast, especially because you one of the guys that seen the studio when it was, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The spare bedroom at my mom's house, you know what I'm saying? And now we here talking about, you know what I'm saying, different things that we're doing, different things that we've done, you know what I'm saying? So, thank you, man.
Of course, anything. Anytime. I love URG Studios. I love URG, his family. They treat me like a son, brother. Couldn't ask for better friends, family.
Yeah, when my Uncle Juan was over, we watched that Bee Gees documentary. There was 4 Bee Gees, but there was basically 3. And he was like, yeah, you guys are me, you, and Adrian were the Bee Gees. And I was like, dibs on Maurice. But
Uncle Juan.
Uncle Juan, the legend. But yeah. So, I mean, we could get started kind of in the beginning, I guess. So I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan and I, we're good friends. So, he's met my family, and I met your family, too. Mm-hmm. So, I know a little bit about the Chamorro culture and the Filipino culture and all that. And I know how big singing specifically, music in general, but singing, you know what I'm saying, is very big. At least in the Filipino culture, from what I've heard from our good buddy Ryan, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's told me damn near it's like competitive karaoke nights sometimes. I don't know if you grew up with anything similar to that or...
I mean, Filipinos, of course. My Filipino family, my family in general, it's not like it is your typical Asian family household. Music is definitely big in my family, but not as like, we would do karaoke. Like, of course, I love singing karaoke, but no, we never did that growing up. It was more just like we played sports and focused on school. But in the Filipino culture, yeah, everyone does karaoke. Everyone sings.
It's not just a Ryan thing.
It's not just a Ryan thing. Nah, a lot of Filipinos do that. A lot of Asians just like karaoke.
How different is Chamorro? How would you say that? Like
Chamorro?
How different is it from Filipinos is what I'm trying to get at.
The culture's pretty different. Like, it has their similarities, but they're both Pacific Islanders. Chamorro culture is very much like, it's more island, so like I would associate Chamorro people more close to like Hawaiians rather than like Asians, like Koreans or something like that. Because they're really island based, like they're big on like food. They're like certain aspects of like life are very much the same because they grew up right there on the island. But music in like general in Chamorro culture is really popular. Like, I hear my grandma singing all the time like Chamorro. I want to make a Chamorro song. I just don't know the language.
What is the language called?
It's called Chamorro.
Oh, it's called Chamorro.
Yeah, it's called Chamorro.
Oh, shit.
So it's the island of Guam. So the people call themselves Chamorro, but like the technical phrase, like how Filipinos have Filipino, like the Philippines have Filipinos. The island of Guam, they would either be called Guamanians, but they call themselves Chamorros.
Let's talk about the tattoo journey, bro.
Okay.
What is the first tat? What was the first tat?
The first tat I got was on my wrist. The inside of my wrist, it says love. It was a small little tattoo I got after my first breakup with my first girlfriend. And then from there, I just built upon my sleeves, just every other week getting a new tattoo. Honestly, like, I didn't really want tattoos, like, growing up until, like, my girlfriend at the time got a tattoo, and I was like, well, you look cooler. Damn. I want a tattoo now. So, and ever since then, I've just been getting tatted regularly by the same few people, Hunter and Jason. Those are the two main tattoo artists that tattoo me.
That's dope, bro. Do you have a favorite piece?
Nah.
No?
Nah, they all mean something different, so.
That's pretty sick. Can I pick one? My favorite?
Yeah. What's your favorite piece? There's a lot to look at.
Did you have the koi?
Oh, yeah, the koi fish is right here. It's on the inside of my bicep.
The koi is pretty sick. I've always liked spiders. You know, I've always liked spider webs. I feel like that's
Spider web?
I like spider webs. I feel like that always looks cool on the skin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the koi for sure, or the chamorro across the chest. Like you get your chest blasted. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have some type of balls to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna blast your whole chest.
That was definitely the most painful. The center of your chest is the
Right
most
here?
painful tattoo. Yeah.
I don't have any tattoos yet, but you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll do first chest tattoo.
URG Studio.
URG podcast. That's what we need.
Podcast.
That's how y'all motherfuckers gonna believe me that we serious about this podcast. I gotta just get it blasted
Tatted.
across the chest.
Just get it tatted on you.
Oh man, that's crazy. Well, let's take him to the start of where we first met, and I guess our musical path together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. I met Diego back in the summer of 2020. I was just before. Good.
I'm gonna get a water.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry, bro.
It's all good. Just
start it over. I fucked it up. Hold on, sorry, y'all. We're not cutting any of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're leaving all this in there, but I had to get some water. I'm sorry, Jordan. I apologize for interrupting you like that. That was rude of me.
You're good. I needed the water.
Me too.
So I met Diego in the summer of 2020. I just graduated high school. I was about to go off to college. This was like right before COVID started like getting globalized and everyone went into lockdown.
By this point,
No, because we weren't wearing masks when I first met you. And then,
wait, what?
well, when I first met you, we weren't wearing masks. And then after I came a couple of times later, like with Ryan and everybody, that's when, like when something about you was starting, that's when.
So when we first met, it was before COVID?
It was like COVID was a thing, but we weren't taking it seriously. It was that time.
So it was like March.
Yeah. Or April. Or August.
Bro, but by August, that shit was like full-blown pandemic.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, bro.
It
We was
wasn't.
locked down in like April.
No, because I didn't get, we went on winter break. It was right before high school went on a winter break.
Bro, nah.
Swear.
Because I graduated in the spring of 2020, and I didn't get my graduation. Literally, my last month of my semester in May, I did it from home. We was already on lockdown. In May of 2020, for sure, we was on lockdown.
Then I might have met you in, like, because when I met you with Alex, I wasn't wearing a mask. 100% I wasn't wearing a mask.
Damn, that was... Shout out to homie Alex. I just saw him the other day, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, so I met Diego through a good friend of mine named Alex, who I played basketball with. And he was singing, he was doing, like, his own music journey. And I saw it on, like, social media, and I was just like, yo, this is really dope. Like, who records you? Because at the time, I had no clue about, like, how to record music. And he was like, oh, yeah, I have a session. You want to come through? I was like, sure. So I pull up to Diego's house, and I meet him, and he's just, like, a super chill dude. And then I leave, and then I end up following him on, like, social medias. And then I just ask him, like, hey, like, can I come and record a song? Like, all I have is, like, a YouTube beat. And then I come over. I record the song. I have a lot of fun, and then from then, like, I just became good friends with Diego, and the rest after that, it's just like our networks, our friend groups just started colliding more and more. We were both just doing the same things, had the same passions, same goals, and it was just like, all right, we damn near see each other all the time. Like we're damn near already best friends, family.
Hell yeah, bro. Shit. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy time, pretty crazy point in the world and in our lives, specifically around that time. And I think it was was pretty crazy. I remember you walked in, you had the cardigan on with the glasses and shit. I was like, who's this fucking nerd looking ass fool? You know what I'm saying? But then you start singing. I was like, oh shit, okay, for sure. And then, cause you came with Ryan the very first session, right? Or no? Was it the second?
The very
second
first
or third
session, I
time?
came in with my homie Josiah.
That's right.
Yeah, the very first session,
Yeah,
I came
that's
in with my
right.
homie Josiah. I did a couple songs, and he did a couple songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
How's have you talked to him recently?
bro, I have no idea what's going on with him.
No, just hit us up, man. What the fuck?
I have no clue. I think he like is still working. He's still with his high school girlfriend, and I think like because he was a football player, so I think he's like in this like men's league football. I don't know,
That's pretty sick.
but
Shit, we gotta find him and hit him up or something, bro. But yeah, okay, I remember that. I remember that session. I remember. Well, we talked a little bit earlier about it, but we did EXO Love. We did a lot of those earlier tracks, like Need You.
we did EXO Love, Needs You, Hidden,
Damn, that was a good song too.
and then I think after Hidden was when I brought in Ryan, and then Ryan and I did Something About You, and then that was when like you were introduced to Ryan.
Yeah, and so around that time.
That's like around December, like.
Yeah, that was already like months in. Like
Yeah.
we made a couple songs, and then that's when we first started linking with. Well, you first linked me up with Chris with Okeke.
Yeah, Chris and Okeke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, not Chris and Okeke. Chris. Okeke.
Chris Okeke. Yeah, I would bring like my friend groups. I would bring my friends that I knew were doing something creative. So my friend Ryan, our friend Ryan now, I knew he was always a great singer. So growing up, I was in choir, and Ryan was this short Filipino kid who was like my best friend because we were the only two Filipino kids in choir. And it was like he was in 8th grade, I was in 7th grade, and we were just best buds because like we were just both in choir. I knew he was always a great singer. I knew he was in choir throughout his entire life. I didn't know what he was up to around that time because he went to a different high school, he went to college, whatever. And then I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, you want to make a song? You still sing? And he was like, yeah, down. he sends me a beat. He sends me what he has for an idea. We write to it. We make something about you. And then on the other side, through social media, I was able to keep track of like what people were doing and the things that they were doing with their life. And I saw that one of my other good friends, also from middle school choir, his name was Chris Okeke, he was working a lot on YouTube, social media, gaming, and he was posting like he was recording himself making these funny skits. And I always kept up with it, but I never asked him for anything because I never needed like videos. I was always playing sports or I was in school. But I finally needed a music video, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? You want to come just record me coming to the studio? And he was like, yeah, bro, I'm down. So that's how like I was able to relink and reconnect with some old friends in my life because I was making music with Diego. And then ultimately they became his friends. So
Yeah, I mean, when you surround yourself with, you know what I'm saying, like good people, and you always seem to have some good people around you, like real always connect with real. So I feel like that's why a lot of your friends and a lot of the people you will pull up to the studio with, I just like vibe with automatically because it's like it's always good energy. So and I vibe with that. So it was like natural. Like we never forced any type of friendship or never forced like, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. All right, so we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but don't worry because we are back. Yeah, let's go, motherfuckers.
I had no clue what it was doing, so
Yeah,
I didn't hear it.
I took the headphones off, so I didn't hear it either. I hope it was the damn clapping.
You could have put a fart noise and we were just...
Yeah.
Facts.
That's all right. We'll fix everything in post around
We'll
here.
fix it in post.
But yeah, we were saying, what the fuck were we even saying?
We were talking about how I brought good people over and we just never forced a connection and...
Okay, fuck that shit. Fuck whatever we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We done forgot. You know what I'm saying? Technical difficulties happen, people. Just go with the flow. That's what life is about. Let's talk about around that same time, we started working on a few songs. We did a project. The camera died again, and
I don't know why. That's a full battery.
all right, so we were having a little bit of technical difficulties, but guess what, motherfuckers? We are back, better than ever. You done forgot, man. You didn't even realize it, but we was gone for about 3 days and came back and wore the same shit. And yeah, y'all don't even know because it's fucking movie magic. So, hey, we back.
Right.
I don't know how many more good we backs I got in me. And we back. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but you know, what would life be if, you know what I'm saying, you didn't have to go through the ups and downs, the waves, you know what I'm saying? The trials and the tribulations of doing something new and pushing yourself. So we're just gonna pretend like we never left. Because we never did. As far as you know. So let's talk about when around that same time we were making some singles. We made a project, the Bipolar Project. We made, you know what I'm saying, lots of fun ideas and fun projects, kind of finding your voice, finding your sound. And around that time, we got hit with an opportunity by my guy Kelly Kell, which, crazy enough, you know what I mean, I was just helping him out with something. Or so that was an opportunity of IE. Tell him the story, Jordan. I'm not, you know what I'm saying. Let him know. Tell him.
It
please.
was my first ever live performance. Was it my first ever live performance? I think it was my first ever live performance. Kels was throwing his own show, and he asked Diego and me as well if we wanted to be on it, and I was down. And we just recently dropped this single called Pain, and I Should Have, which Diego's produced, but he had his brother Adrian put some guitars on it because I was listening to a lot of like Juice WRLD, Post Malone, and I just loved the way their guitars were in those songs, so I wanted guitars in my song. And so the show's coming up. I want to perform these songs. I'm like, Adrian, can you help me, like, would you want to like play guitar while I sing? And Adrian's like, sure, I'm down. And then like literally like a week before the show, Adrian's over, Chris, Ryan, and our buddy Joanne, they're all over at my house, and we're just rehearsing, recording footage, like, oh, he's getting ready for the show. And all of a sudden we're in my garage. I have a video of it. We're in my garage, and Adrian's playing guitar. I start singing Pain, and then Joanne and Okeke start messing around. They start banging on the water bottles that I have in my garage as like a drum, and then we just keep going with it, and it's just like it sounds really good. And we're just like, after we get to the chorus of the song, we stop, we all look at each other, and we're like, that was awesome. And then we're like, all right, we need to find a drummer. And then my cousin Baki, he was learning drums. Like, I knew he was learning drums. Like, he was only learning drums for about 3 months. And I asked him, I was like, hey, you want to play drums at the show? And he was like, I'm down. And then we did the show.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I think Kells had actually locked you in for the show, and Ryan, because Ryan performed as well.
Oh yeah, Ryan did perform. Yeah.
And then I got the last slot of the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And but so let's backtrack a little bit. So that song Pain, that was kind of the first real instance where you and my brother Adrian, Wave, as y'all know him, really worked together and collaborated.
Yeah.
In any type of way.
Yeah. I never knew him before then.
Yeah. And so we kind of, because before, you know what I mean, we was doing some more hip hop, and I remember it was more of like a Bruno Mars influence, or like a Justin Bieber influence, or like more pop vibe. And then actually, let me get, because I do have on my phone a secret never before heard.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
This is. Oh no.
Y'all gotta hear it.
Give me bad energy. That life you say is not for me. I wanna be who I wanna be.
You let me record this, bruh.
I produced it.
You were really in there like, oh yeah, this shit fire.
Yo, this shit hard.
My days don't get better.
Wish I could just run away.
You see, you like it, you singing it.
Take me
Far away from here. Oh, the end is near.
Take my pain away. So, alright.
Yeah, so that
If
was...
y'all never heard the actual song that was released called Pain by Jordan Palani, man, go listen to that shit. Because it's just way different than what I just played.
that
you know what I
that
mean?
song created what the song that I released. So
Yeah, because that we was producing that and working on that and was like, nah, you didn't like it. Then Adrian came in and it took about 10 minutes and then we got that done. and then the opportunity of Kel's show came about and that's when you linked up with Baki, as you said. And like, would you say that was pretty much where ForgetxTomorrow started?
yeah, that was where Forget Tomorrow became a thing. From then on, Baki, Adrian, and I, we were just like, hey, you guys want to be in a band? And we'll just make music and perform at shows. And we were all down. It was birthed by Adrian and I. We brought Baki along. And from then, like, Adrian brought in his friend Marcelo to play bass for us. And then over the years, we've had our ups and downs. Baki's no longer in the band, but he's pursuing his own passions, which is great for him. And just recently, we picked up a new bassist, moving Marcelo to drums. So,
Real shout out to you, Baki. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well.
yeah. And then our new bassist is Christian. So, he joined a little bit over a month ago. And now we're about to release a new single this month, March. And
Well, we'll get into that one. We'll get into that one. I want to talk a little bit about Jafar. This podcast just took a turn in the direction that I've been wanting it to go. You know what I mean? Like,
why are you undoing your pants?
originally, I wanted this to be a naked podcast. Okay, like I was like, what do we need to do to get the views up? You know what I'm saying?
What if
And
we just came back from the
technical
technical break
Oh,
just
oh,
naked?
another technical break. Pause it.
Just come back. So we had some technical difficulties. We lost our clothes.
Yeah, we had a wardrobe malfunction. We just couldn't stand wearing it anymore. Couldn't stand the sight of a clothed man.
That'd be funny. You should do that. Next podcast.
We.
Not with me.
You see? I'm glad the world gets to see how I get treated. This guy wants me to be like...
I'll watch.
That's basically Naked and Afraid, or Naked and Alone, or whatever the fuck that show is. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
should have...
I'm just here, scared and naked.
Next episode, you should for sure have Adrian, and I'll for sure watch that podcast. I'll for sure watch that. Or Ryan. Have Ryan. I'll for sure watch that podcast.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I think this is the part where you take your shirt off. This is where we shine.
This is that part of the segment.
This is the part where you show me the tattoos nobody has seen.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I have 2 on my ass.
And it's a urgy and a heart. It's just my face. Like this. Yeah. Shout out to Marty. Shout out to Christian. From, in case y'all didn't know, Jordan and Adrian's band, ForgetxTomorrow, Forget X Tomorrow. Well, I guess I feel weird when I say your band or Adrian's band because I really feel like y'all are a good collective, and I feel that I can look at you guys and say like, yeah, like that those motherfuckers, like they a band, they a unit, they a group that they all rock with each other and fuck with each other. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily anybody's band, but the band that you're in now, Forget Tomorrow, um, with Wave, with Christian, with Marty. Let's talk about Forget Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I've been my experience with Forget Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I was there for their first songs. Uh, I helped y'all record Sundress, and I mean y'all my brothers, so I've seen the pro. I was there at the first video. I was there at the Pain video at Jawan's
Yeah.
backyard,
Yeah.
basically. So I've seen the progress of how you guys have grown, and I guess I just want to hear from you, how you feel about um, Forget Tomorrow today. How you feel about Forget Tomorrow, where we're at, and talking about where we started and the first show, and yeah, I mean we didn't talk about Sundress, but just thinking about those first projects and where we're at now. How do you feel about the band as a whole in the sense of um, musically and where you guys feel you are at?
The band as a whole. So musically, the band's done wonders for me. I never had a musical background, but I have three motherfuckers who can play different instruments, can read music, can literally like hear a song and play it back to you. So that's great. But like being a solo artist, so I was a solo artist for about a year before the band. It's a lot different. Being in a band, you learn how to work with others, and it's not like teamwork make the dream work type shit, but like to work with someone musically is one of the more challenging things because everyone is so opinionated or they have their own opinions. So to work with three other individuals on a certain project to make it come to life is something that's beautiful because our first song Sundress, that's one of the like my biggest like I'm gonna show my kids that video. Like that's how proud of it I am. Like
It's fucking amazing. If you
yeah.
haven't seen it, go watch Sundress by Forget X Tomorrow right now.
So that song, it was completely us. Like from making the song, writing the lyrics, producing the video, putting it out, all the marketing budget, all the budget. It was all paid for by us. Everyone that was in that video was our group of friends or people that like just wanted to be in the video. So looking at Forget Tomorrow throughout the years, if Forget Tomorrow started at Pain, if you watch how drastically the videos, my appearance,
The sound.
the sound of the songs, it's changed a lot. And I think Forget Tomorrow has really helped me fall in love with music. Like doing it as a solo artist is cool, but your goal as a solo artist is strictly yourself. It's individual basis. Like you want a specific thing for yourself. To have a goal for a group of people and it's all just like, all right, we want our music to be heard by everybody. It made me fall in love with the music, the process of music, the background of music, like all the effort it takes to go into a song, how much practice it takes to get ready for a show. So, man, Forget Tomorrow is like my baby. Like Adrian and I call it our baby. Like it's something that I look at and I'm proud of. So this 2-year-old baby of Forget Tomorrow is something that's, it's not major yet, but it's like a little kid and I see it growing up and I couldn't be any prouder.
Yeah, I would say major is what you're setting your standards on,
Yeah.
and I would consider you guys major for sure.
I appreciate
And
it.
I think hearing, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but hearing you say that, I think you should let the people know, bro, because I witnessed it, and a lot of people out there don't understand how hard you have worked in the beginning and how hard you do work now to accomplish everything. Like tell them a little bit about how you were working the two jobs to pay for, you know what I'm saying, equipment, pay for entrance at a show, or pay for like let them know.
I won't take all the credit for it, but so when Forget Tomorrow first started out, our videos and everything, it was all paid for by us. And it wasn't like, oh, let's split this and we all put in X amount. I was taking it and I was just funding it. Like I would put it forward and I didn't really care. Like I still don't care today. Like I'm not the type of person to be like, oh yeah, so you owe me. Nah, like that's not how I live. Um, I was working at a restaurant and I was working at my school gym. All while going to college, I would drive back and forth from LA to down here in Corona to be with my guys and really just create music here. It was hard. It was definitely hard, but it was worth it. Every penny was worth it. I don't regret paying. I think Sundress's music video costed $3,000 in total. I would never take a dime back. Like it was $3,000 worth spent. Like I'd rather have that than a $3,000 pair of shoes.
And you know what's crazy? It's like even back then that seemed like damn near impossible, and then you made it happen somehow. But now we're looking at shit and it's like 3,000 for a music video. It's like we realize like damn, that's some low budget. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
compared to other things, but it was high quality and high energy and high passion. So I think that's definitely what shines and what shows. And bro, so how old are you?
22.
22, and already have your bachelor's degree, right?
Yeah.
And like when all that was happening, you was 20?
Yeah.
19,
20.
20,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like and I've been me as a engineer studio owner from that side of it. I've seen other people that are 18, 19, 20 years old, 21 years old, and it's like if you really want something, you find a way to go get it. You know what I mean? And Jordan, you've always been the person that's like been a prime example of that. You know what I mean? So I respect you for it, and I give you your props. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the people need to know. People need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's not just you made some TikToks, and even your TikTok journey. Like I've seen you like posting. Like, have y'all ever tried to run a TikTok? You know what I'm saying? Like, have y'all ever really sat there and made 2 to 3 TikToks a day? Posted 2 to 3 TikToks a day for years? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all haven't done it. So I know it's not just you making videos and that shit. Like the people need to know. Like it's a lot of work that goes into what you do. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like most people, they see it as, oh, Jordan's just doing music or Jordan's just doing social media. Like it's not that. Like there's so much that goes into it. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of discussions. There's a lot of like coming back to a song or setting up schedules so that everybody can make it. Like it's a lot of networking. It's a lot of just like how much effort you put into it. Like you can't just release a song and then hope, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a superstar one day. Nah, it's like you gotta do the work. You gotta release a song, you gotta promote it right, you gotta perform it, and then you gotta get ready and release another song.
facts.
Like that's the thing about music. I think it's so misconsumed. There's a misconception when it comes to music because it's like people think that music is just a gateway, but behind music, there's so much more going on to where you need to have those other things down in order to make your music do something.
Yep. And even nowadays with how the industry is changing, it's getting harder to make money. You know what I mean? Because people, I mean, I don't know if I really wanted to get into this, but I guess we'll talk about it. I saw this thing that on social media, it said people have been convinced that music is free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if you think about it, back then you wasn't able to listen to shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Maybe stuff on the radio, but even then you had to have a radio. You had to have a car. You know what I mean? Like Nowadays, we have so much access to stuff, but things are kind of changing to where the access isn't. It's not gonna be as easily and as um, cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with that, it's gonna come with a lot of pay cuts for a lot of different things. You know what I mean? So if you're not on point with everything that you're saying, it's hard. Like it's already hard, and it's getting more. It's difficult. It's getting more. You know what I'm saying? I had an AO moment in my head because it's getting hard. It's difficult, but it's getting more difficult to pursue that. So yeah, you do have to be on point with every aspect of it: the business, the social media, the performance, the actual music. You know what I mean? Like everything got to be locked in. So I do think that's a very valid.
I think that
point.
camera's gonna die.
Which one?
The middle one. Technical difficulties, part 2.
You know what I'm saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But fool me can't get through the end. All right, so what I want to talk about is something that we've been working on a little bit more recently. You know, with the recent changes in the band, with the Baki doing his thing, and then with Christian getting added, and then actually we didn't even mention, but Marty used to be the bassist, and now Marty is on the drums, killing it. Used to show up late every practice. Now this fool's here early. Yo, can I go warm up and going crazy? And we love it. And so, and especially with the new equipment that we have, so now we've been able to record live drums. So before on the other records you would hear, it was all programmed MIDI drums, so it was all made on a keyboard. And now we're actually recording with a real kit and whatnot. So that's to say that we are working on new music, as you mentioned earlier, a new song coming out this month. But you want to talk a little bit about how the recording process has been now with this new single compared to doing Sundress?
Yeah, the recording process for this new song is called Crime Scene. This is a song that we've had written for a while, and we just really want to put it out. Or not written, but like we knew what the guitar was, and we had a chorus. But what we did was we talked with Diego. We wanted to track the instruments here, except for guitar, because Adrian tracks his own guitar. But what we did was we recorded the live drums and the bass here, and we did vocals with another one of our homies named Yace, because what I found was I like to take a long time.
Son of a bitch. And we're back. More technical difficulties, but now we are back with the one and only. He's good.
Hello.
Sorry for the interruption. We had some more technical difficulties, but guess what? We're back! Yeah! Woo! And now, like we never left, but with one more player to my left. Hello, Wave. Thank you for
Hi.
joining us.
Wow, super official.
Yeah, it is. You know everything we do is official. Let me get you caught up with the conversation.
Okay, what happened?
The camera's died about 5 times now. And,
See, told you that battery's janky.
And now we have to redo a whole new intro. You know how many times I've done intros today, Adrian? Let me get you caught up. We pretty much just went over Jordan's entire life story and life journey and everything about the complexities of what it takes to be a human in this world. So, and now we're gonna talk about FXT.
All right.
You're part of the band FXT, and
I'm the guitarist.
yeah. We were talking about earlier how it's you and Jordan's baby. your little baby.
Yes, Forget Tomorrow is our child. We conceived it 2 years ago.
Nice.
Um,
I like that.
Jordan, what's up?
Why did you say I'm the guitarist?
I'm the guitarist. I'm the guitarist, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with Jordan with your solo stuff, and we kind of just clicked. And I remember bringing up to you wanting to do like an EP, but not as a band, as like two separate artists. And then that never happened. And then we formed Forget Tomorrow. I mean, do you want to tell the Kino story? Because that's really how it started.
Damn.
The Kino story?
Not Kino's, the showcase.
Yeah, we already told that.
Okay.
Yeah, we already did that.
We didn't
Yeah.
get the piece about how you wanted to do a collab project.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
that
I
was
tell me
new.
about
So that's
that
cool.
Yeah, we've always, like, in my head, I've always wanted to do something with Jordan, artistically. And so, like,
And sexually.
well, so, yeah, that kind of was just, like, always there. And being able to perform together, that was kind of, like, our way of thinking, like, okay, this could be more than just, like, an EP. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. We were talking about the whole journey of that, and then kind of where we're at now with the band and all the new fun and exciting things that we're doing. And I think the last thing that we were gonna talk about was the recording process of this song compared to Sundress, because I was explaining that, like, Sundress, for example, it was all MIDI drums. It was just a whole different process of how, number one, FXT approached it, and number two, how all of us approached it from a recording and mixing standpoint. So, I mean, I want to see what both of you feel is different, better, and or worse, comparing the making of Sundress and the making of Crime Scene.
I told him.
Yeah, we announced it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the thing that I would say about how we worked with Crime Scene compared to like Sundress or even Young Love, I think with Sundress, that was kind of just one night where you and me got together and we wanted to write something. And then we stayed up till like 4 a.m. and we ended up writing like almost the entirety of Sundress. And that was fun because we were able to just like bounce ideas off of each other. But with I don't know. I don't think there's a better or worse process, because with like Young Love, for example, you came to me with like an already finished song, essentially. And with Crime Scene, it was something that I wrote on the guitar with that like vocal chant at the very beginning of the song, and bits and pieces of the chorus, and that's pretty much all I had. But that was like one that I had to approach to you guys. So it was, every song starts off different, but I think at the end of the day, us being able to look at the piece as a whole and thinking like, these are the parts that we like, this is what we don't like, and being able to mend it into something that is made by the band instead of by a specific member, I think that's kind of been like the core of our writing process in a way. With our like actual producing process, you can go into it a little bit more, but yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to the production part, Sundress, it was all done with URG. We recorded it here, MIDI drums, played out the guitar, played out the bass here. With Young Love, we took that to another studio engineer, Zach. Shout out to Zach. He did his part. He did his part with that song. That song's great. And then for Crime Scene, what we did was we did the live drums here, the bass here. Adrian recorded his guitar himself, and we outsourced the vocals to our homie Yace. And my thought process behind all that was like, I come in here and I take about like 6 hours just to get the right vocal take. And honestly, like, we just didn't have 6 hours worth of studio time to spend. So we were like, all right, let's see if Yace could help us get this done for a lower budget, which Yace did it for free. Thank you, Yace.
Yace the goat.
But ultimately, that was why. But Yace did a great job. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then we brought all the components back here, and Diego helped us mix it down, master it. So
Was Young Love done with drums, like a kit?
no, it was MIDI.
No.
That
It was
one
all
was MIDI
MIDI.
as well?
Yeah.
Well, Crime Scene's our first song that's actually live.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Zach
Yeah.
had a live drum, but I think
It wasn't in tune or something.
yeah, there was something where we couldn't record. It was either it wasn't in tune, Baki wasn't skilled enough to do it, or yeah, there was
It
just
just didn't. The stars didn't align for the drums to get recorded that night.
Yeah.
Well, from hearing the new song, I can personally say that it is one of my favorite FXT songs, and hearing you say all that and listening to it, it definitely feels the most like collaborative between all the members in the band,
Yeah.
which is a dope sound for you guys, you know.
Yeah. Cuz with Sundress, I had a big part in like the vocal melodies and how the song was structured in that regard. But with this one, my main focus was that chorus, and then I was just like, we're going through it with Jordan, and Jordan has like a much different flow than me when it comes to how he sings, and that has to do with like what he listens to and what he's listened to growing up and like his favorite artists and whatnot.
And
So-
your favorite artist and what you've listened to.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different influences when it comes to that, like vocal style. And I really wanted Jordan to explore that a little more with his flow. And I think with your flow in this song, it's like one of my favorites because it's blended a lot of what you used to do with Jordan Palani as a solo artist and the bits and pieces of what we've now like done with Forget Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and Christian as our first time having Christian on a song and having him do the bass takes, like there was some stuff I didn't even think about doing that he did.
yeah.
Or even Marty, because even when we've done other drums, Baki was always involved, but just from the aspect of we've had to do MIDI, it's
Mhm.
not the same level of involvement. You know what I mean? So now that Marty has that new excitement on the new instrument he's on, like it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It sounds.
Did you guys talk about Marty and being the new drummer?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went through that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Good.
mentioned it. I'm telling you, we went through his whole life story.
Yeah, we started from the beginning.
Started from the top.
Now we're here.
Now we're here.
But yeah, and I mean, just to kind of, so you could hear it too. Seeing the journey of where Jordan started, and then Forget Tomorrow started, to Sundress, to Young Love, to Crime Scene. I feel weird saying it, you know. I feel like it's a secret, like, but to Crime Scene, it's pretty amazing, and I have nothing but respect for the whole band and your guys' work ethic. And
Thank you.
And I know it's not easy, you know what I'm saying? It's hard getting one person to do one thing, you know what I mean? So for a whole band to come together and make music, I can imagine that's not easy, you know what I mean?
It's a big effort for all of us to put in that time and sacrifice to be a part of a band. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else really.
Yeah, it takes a lot. And I was telling Diego when we were having technical difficulties, if anybody could get the full band and Forget Tomorrow together, props to them, because I'm the lead singer and I could barely do it. So if you could get all four of us together for a podcast, you could have it.
Yeah.
You deserve to have that podcast, because I could barely get us together once a week. So
Yeah. We're four adult men with adult lives living, but also trying to make it as a band. So there's a lot that has to come to even just get a practice together.
yeah. But ultimately, like, my life has been changed by these two gentlemen sitting to my left in ways that I could not
Standing.
I could not even imagine. Like, if you would have told me when I was in high school that I would have met two people that would change my life forever, and they would be brothers, and that they would do something they would do something to where, like, I'm ultimately, like, grateful for. Like, my worldviews have changed because of these two guys right here. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for both of them.
Thank you, bro. And I think it's likewise. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, we always have a good group around us. So I always learn from you, and I'm always hitting you up too. I'm sure Adrian does too. Of like, oh, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just whatever. Talk about this. Talk about that. So the love and the gratitude goes both ways, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have the job I have now if it wasn't for you. So I do gotta give you a lot of credit for that.
I don't know if you should give me credit for that.
No, but you've also opened my eyes up to a lot of things, music-wise, and how like to approach music as a collaborative effort. Because I started music as like a solo artist, and I had this like very firm grasp on everything that I created, and I didn't want anyone to like mess with it. But working with you in the band has like allowed me to open up to like more creative ideas, and I don't think I would be at like the creative point that I am now if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. And I think that's like, I don't know, one thing about me is I'm one thing, but when I'm coming to your life, like, it's not just me. Like, what I brought into these guys' lives is I brought a network of people that have helped them tremendously. And, like, those are all good people that I just know. So, thank you to everyone who's my friend.
Squad.
Like,
Ryan.
My friends who came in, and they've done things for people that I've introduced them to that I couldn't, but that's why they're my friend. They do the things that I can't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we have almost all of our friend group is either a videographer, a content creator, musician. So like, we have everyone has their talents, I guess. Here,
Some of them will probably be on this podcast sooner or later.
definitely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, well, thank you both. I know Wave, you kind of just got here, but
What are you talking about?
no, he's
Yeah, he was here the whole time. He was just behind the camera.
exactly right. Thank you. Forget Tomorrow. Y'all be ready for a crime scene coming out soon.
Do we have a release date? No release date for Crime Scene just yet.
Sometime in March.
Just
Sometime
be excited.
in March.
Just
Hopefully.
tap in.
Be ready.
I hope we get the song out by March. I pray to God that the song's out by March.
It's gonna be out by March.
If it's not out by March, I'm quitting the band.
If it's not out by March, it's gonna be out in April.
If it's not out in April, it'll be out in May.
If it's not out in 2024, it'll be out in 2029.
But yeah, man, you guys wanna yeah.
Yep.
You guys wanna tell the
What's this one be? You want to tell them what?
you guys wanna tell them where to follow you at, your IGs, your socials, the YouTube, where you putting your content out?
Jordan Palani on all platforms.
Wavelengths on YouTube and Twitch and Patreon, and Wavelengths official on TikTok and Instagram and all the other things.
And ForgetxTomorrow on all platforms as well.
Oh, and if you want to give us stuff, email us at forgettomorrowband@gmail.com. Right?
Say that one more time. Say the email one more time.
ForgetXtomorrowband@gmail.
There's no band.
There's no band?
No. It's just
Could have sworn there was band.
ForgetxTomorrow.
ForgetXtomorrow@gmail.com. If you want to give us sponsors, maybe.
And if you want to come to my house 2141.
Oh shit. Yeah, pull up. Pull up. Well, I'll be there too. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
And follow URG Studios on Instagram.
URG Studios.
Yup, and on YouTube.
And
That's probably where
TikTok.
you're watching this. Oh, maybe you're watching it somewhere else, but just follow us, URG Studios, and thank you again for you both coming, and make sure to check out our channel and check out the next podcast, which is going to be posted on this channel. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff. Yeah, yeah.